Hey everybody, it's TCGWorld.net. I'm Chicago Charlie, and I'm bringing you a Constellar Deck profile. I basically am in love with this deck. I love this deck. It's really fun, and it takes a lot of skill to play. So I'm gonna get into the deck profile now. I play one Seat. He's like a Cyber Dragon who can copy the level of any Constellar on the field or in the graveyard. I play two Leonis. He's unaffected by Valor, or his effect can't be negated basically. And when he's normal summoned, while he's on the field, you get an additional normal summon of a Constellar monster. Two Sheridan. It's the Stratos of the deck. The only thing I don't like about this card is its attack is 700 and it gets beat up by everything. But when you summon it in conjunction with this, you can easily make a level 3 and get a search off of it, so it's not that bad. This is the best effect monster in the deck, not including Xyz monsters. It's Constellar Chaos. He can't be used as a synchro summon, but up to twice per turn, he can increase or decrease a Constellar monster's level, including his own. This is the second best effect monster in the deck, not including the extra deck. Pollux, when he's normal summoned, you get an additional normal summon, also unaffected by Effect Valor. Now that's it for the Constellar monsters. The next card in the deck is Card D. This card I'm using because Max C, your opponent can get around it you're probably gonna only get one draw from Max C, and this with other cards in the deck just makes the deck more consistent. And this deck unfortunately hardly keeps cards in its hand, so I need my pot of greeds basically. Now these cards I'm using instead of Sombres, which hasn't been released yet, and these cards have made up for it. Cyber Dragon and Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship cannot be normal summoned, unfortunately, but it must be special summoned by removing from play a light monster in the graveyard, which is not very hard. And Cyber Dragon, everybody knows what it does. But the thing about these cards that work so well together, if I still have a Constellar monster on the field and I need to go into my rank 5, I can tribute with Cyber Dragon. I know it sounds bad, but in this deck it's not that bad if I have a Ghost Ship in hand, because I can banish the monster that I tributed and then overlay Cyber Dragon to make my my favorite Xyz monster basically. So these three cards go to work. Now this is a card I'm using because later on you'll see Brotherhood of the Firefist Bear. It's a really insanely good card, and it really makes this deck that much stronger. Now for the hand traps. Of course, Honest, because most of my monsters are light, including over half of the extra deck. So this card puts in work. I barely see it though, because it's at 1, of course. 2 Effect Valor. Self-explanatory. I was running Breakthrough Skill, but Breakthrough Skill was too slow and it got spaced a lot, so I took it out for Effect Valors. 2 Trags. I don't want to get OTK'd. I was also running Gores, but with my Spell and Trap lineup, Gores is definitely playable in this deck. I side him because I can just bounce my 10 keys, but I don't really like to that much. But it sometimes pays off. Mirror Force, my first trap. I'm using Mirror Force. I'm testing it out basically. I want to use Torrential Tribute because I run Lances, but Mirror Force, it's been working, so I'm keeping it for now. 2 Dimensional Prisons. I was running compulsory evacuation device because it would troll the fuck out of my opponent. But it wasn't solving the problem, so I stopped with the trolliness and just put in deep prisons. Bottomless trap hole 2. Another reason, I stopped using compulse, so I put in bottomless to solve my problems and not just postpone them. Xyz Reborn. This card is very underrated. I mean, there's some insane plays that I've been doing with this card, and I love it. I was running it at 2, but it clogged up my hand, especially early game, and I lost a lot because this was at 2. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Rhoda to search out Pollux, and let me see if I have any more staples. 2 Potted Dualities to add consistency and get those Ds, and Heavy Storm because I don't really run that much back row. Constellar Star Chart 1, I was running 2, but it got clogged, so I put it to 1, and it's a lot better. Oh, by the way, this effect is it's a Gravekeeper steal for Constellars, where I get 2 Constellars from my grave to my hand, but I had to skip my battle phase, unfortunately. 2 Tin Keys. I'm thinking about bumping this up to 2 because I really want to run a Gorilla because back row is a huge problem for this deck. And like against Rabbit or something stupid. I want to pop back row basically, so I want to put this at 3 and run a Gorilla. 1 Mystical Space and my favorite spell card, Forbidden Lance. I use these in every deck I make. I wanna put 3 in, but there's barely any room, so I just side 1 if I'm playing Fire Fist or something retarded. And that's the main deck, and now on to the extra deck. 1 Chimera Tech Fortress because of fucking Zen mains, and I have Cyber Dragon, so if I'm playing Karkaries or Geargia, this shit goes to work. 1 Photon Strike Bouncer because I can make rank 6s pretty easy. And he's a beast. What more can I say? 1 Tears. I was running an Adrius, but I barely have space in my extra deck for him. Evil Swarm Ouroboros. This shit is fucking amazing, so I use it. Plain and simple. I like it over Shockmaster, but there are times when I wish I used Shockmaster, so maybe I'll take it out for Shockmaster, but who knows. Diamond Direwolf because I have targets, other beasts that I can destroy instead of Diamond Direwolf, like Leonis or Sheridan. They both can be popped instead of Direwolf, so I use it. That's a good card. Got Cowboy. This is one of my favorite Xyz monsters. When it first came out, I always thought it was going to be fucking amazing, and I knew it was going to be in every deck. So, it's in every deck I make. Constellar Hiatus at 1. This card kind of sucks. It flips monsters, that's it. I mean, it flips face down monsters. Its effect is 2 level 3 light monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Change all your opponent's monsters to face up defense position. So if they're face down, they go face up. If they're in attack position, they go to defense. And he has 1900 attack, so he's not that bad. But he still kind of sucks. 1 Zinmains, 1 Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger. This shit has won me so many games after, with Pleiades, or you can overlay this into almost half the extra deck just to do that piercing damage. 2 Constellar Persepe. This card gets over everything. I mean, there's no card in the meta today that this card can't fucking crush. And it makes all my weaker Constellars an actual valuable attack cards. I love this card. During the damage step, during the damage step, I can detach one material. Any Constellar doing battle gets 1,000 attack, so all my weak monsters get stronger. And I love this card. It's 2,400 attack. It has weak defense though, so that shit gets stroked and you're screwed. 2 Constellar Ptolemy M7s. Recycles Honest, recycles Card Ds, recycles Veilers. This shit is just phenomenal. And then I can overlay a guided charger on top of it, or bounce a card on my opponent's side of the field. If you don't have this card, get this card, because once it's legal, it's gonna be a game changer. Now this is my favorite card of the deck. Constellar Pleiades. This is one of the most broken cards to ever come into existence. The only thing that can stop this card is Solemn Warning. Otherwise, it's either going back to the extra deck or bouncing a card on my opponent's side of the field. The effect, it takes 2 level 5 monsters to create this, and once per turn during either player's turn, so it's a quick effect. I can detach one material to target one card on the field, return it to the owner's hand. Spell, trap, I'll often bring this out, and just bounce my opponent's trap cards during end phase. This shit goes to work. And then on top of that, I can overlay an M7 once he's out of materials, and then the next turn I can detach and recycle my Honest or whatever. This shit, oh my god. And with Xyz Reborn, if this gets special summoned the right way without getting solemned and it goes to the grave, my opponent tries to space my Xyz Reborn, I activate it, bring this back, and bounce a monster on their side of the field. I can do it during battle phase, anything. This shit goes to work. And that's my deck profile on the Constellars. Now I'm going to get into some other Constellars that I don't use because I don't like them and I think they're terrible cards. This is almost in every Constellar deck, but it's the worst card. It makes Max C live against you. It can be Veilered. I try to tell people, I see people make Constellar decks and they use this, and I try to let them know that this is a bad card for the deck. Because I was playing this guy, I'm sure the video's on YouTube. He normals this. I bring back my Pleiades with Xyz Reborn and bounce the card he specialed with it. Then he was left with just a 1600 attack monster and was forced to end his turn. This card, left open, is terrible. No, it's a level 4. When this card is normal summon, special summon all Constellar monsters you currently control. When this card is normaled or special, all Constellar monsters I control gain 500 attack. This isn't that bad, but it has 800 attack. It goes up to 1300, and its defense is 2000, so if you set it, it's hard to get over, but it's a bad card for the deck. Either you're going to be forced to normal summon it, and it'll be terrible, or you have to special it in defense, and it'll be terrible. This is a level 6. When this card is normal summoned, so you have to tribute, you can special summon one Constellar monster from your hand. The reason I don't like using this card, or I will never use this card, is because this deck has enough problems with keeping cards in your hand. So why the fuck would you normal a monster, tribute it, and then special a monster? If you got 6 cards in your hand, you're down to what, fucking 3? This is a bad card. I like to keep cards in my hand because I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm top decking. And usually when you're top decking and your opponent's not, you fucking lose. When this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can target one Constellar monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. This isn't that bad, but again, I don't want to tribute summon, and I don't want to bring this out with this fucking card. They're just two ugly ass cards. He has 2400 attack though, so this. I was running this at 1 because Sombre's not out yet, and Sombre is just gonna kill the game. I mean, it's that fucking great. Sombre and Circeon for that matter. I contribute this card to special summon one Constellar from my hand or my graveyard in face-up defense. I guess this would work with like monsters like this where I can add Constellars from the grave to my hand, so I contribute this, special this in defense, and then get this back to hand from his effect, but that's not that great. This is just the worst. When this card is normal summon or special summon, I can add one Constellar monster from my deck to my hand. It's a 2100 attack, but tributing fucking sucks. And there are no other level 5 Constellar monsters. Oh, wait, there's Virgo. But Virgo sucks too. I mean, if you're running the level 5 and higher build, you're gonna lose. This is a bad fucking card. This is the worst Constellar there is, in my opinion. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 3 Constellar monster from your hand. This card, along with this, the reason why I don't like these, he's searchable with 10 key, but he restricts the hand. I mean, he restricts your hand. If you don't have that level 3, and with this, if you don't have that level 4 to special summon, you're kind of screwed. So that's why I use Pollux and Leonis instead of these two, because they make Maxi and Valor live. Pollux and Leonis, they don't restrict the hand, and Maxi is not live, and Valor is not live. So that's my wrap up on my deck profile for the Constellars, and also my breakdown on why other Constellar cards are bad. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And thank you.